can't, if they don't have an iPod, they see it on their PC or their Mac. If they have one, they can do it on the bus. If you click again, I'll give you an idea of what you need and what I had available to me. I don't know, are you there? What you need? I'll just pretend that you are. The latest getting more. There you go. So I use a wireless microphone because like I said, I don't like it. And if you do that, you're going to need lots of batteries because these wireless microphones, technology being what it is, even though these things cost a couple of $100, they suck 9-volt batteries like nobody's business. I have to replace the batteries every 2 weeks. That's every 4 lectures, every 4 75-minute lectures. Otherwise, they'll die in the middle and I won't know. So there are issues when you try to do podcasting. So I use a wireless mic and lots of batteries. You need this Camtasia or some equivalent production software. Some of you may know that you can narrate your PowerPoints using a narration feature in PowerPoint. The problem is the files that are produced, A, are large, B, are not easily converted, and someone can correct me if I'm wrong, but they're not as cheaply, I guess, converted into the kind of things you need for posting on D2L or on your course management system or for use on an iPod. You will need file conversion software. Camtasia provides most of that. You probably need 10 minutes before class. You got to come in, set up your turning point at the podium if you're using a podium computer. You need to top if you're coming in with a laptop, and you need to do the volume check, right? The record level check to do a recording. So you need that 10 minutes before class. Now there are a few things that you need beyond that, and if you click, you'll see them. There are multiple steps. So if you're doing it yourself, you need presence of mind. I hope you see that now on the screen. And you need patience. I call it a laid-back view of the world. What that just means is, every now and then, despite my best efforts, my recordings failed. And I had to re-record a kind of impromptu narration back in my office so that there would be a complete set of these video files. So what I recommend, if anyone wants to try this, is that you get institutional support for production, some kind of production assistance. Certainly a TA, given the responsibility of making sure your podium is turned up time, that your levels are set, that your microphone is on, all these things, all these different steps you have to take, not counting loading a participant list in TurningPoint. Well, not counting it, including it. Loading a participant list and all of these things you have to do to make TurningPoint work properly. That's a lot for 10 minutes. It would help if the institution not only provided you with the microphone, which is pretty pricey, and with the software, which is pretty pricey, but with a person to actually get you started. And the same person would be there at the end of your lecture to produce it for your iPod or any other purpose, to actually convert the file that you get. Now, why would I go through all this? If you click one more time, oh, okay, now I have to check out the iPod up front for more portable podcast examples. Okay, well, you already are aware of it, so let's go to the next slide, where I try to tell you why I think all this is worth it, despite the fact that you're going to want help. I did it all by myself. I was my own producer, and as I told you, I sometimes screwed up. But I think the live TurningPoint podcasts are really useful learning tools. First of all, I already know that for students for whom English is a second language in a lower level course, which is what I teach, and for other special needs learners, I think the ability to review a lecture is a godsend. I think that just an audio-only recording is a good start, but this video recording is much, much better. Because TurningPoint, using clickers, is a way to engage students, I view the recordings as a chance to re-engage students in the same material, especially students with different learning styles. Some that have stronger audio, some more visual learning styles. I have only anecdotal comments that I can try to repeat for you from things I've heard from students. I have no formal survey of how this works, but every student who said they listened either thought their grade improved or just thought that they got more out of it as a result, more out of the class as a result. So that's anecdotal, obviously. I just began doing this process last semester. When I do it next semester, I'm going to track student opinions as well as actual performance. So, bottom line, this is a value-added review of class presentations before exams, for example, where the students can hear the interaction that they participated in during the clicker presentation. If you go to the next slide, I think that's pretty much the last one. These are other considerations or options, some of which we've already covered. So you can post the podcast on your Blackboard D2L or other course site. Be advised that you have to consider file sizes the way I did. Try to use smaller file sizes. You can record all your lectures in the privacy and comfort of your own office if you like, but then you lose the advantage of recording the clicker interaction. I pointed out that you can narrate the PowerPoints with those clicker slides. Narrated PowerPoints will be shorter and more polished. You won't hear my cough. You won't hear my or my pauses. But like I said, you lose some. I would use that option only if I were running a hybrid or online class where I'm not going to use clickers. Okay, that's it. Click one more time. You have some information about how you can decrease the interest in this, and I'd be more than happy to discuss it beyond the